Okay, Tuesday, 16th of April 2024. So, putting a price on calm, putting a price on peace of mind, putting a price on getting rid of stress. So, insurance now. So, I'm currently on a bit of a road trip, traveling here and there, whatever, and I rented a car, and I like to not have to worry about things. Peace of mind, get rid of stress, don't need that. In general, it's nice to not have it. So I like to go for the premium insurance. Why? Yeah, expensive, but why? Because it means I have fewer things to worry about. Fewer things to worry about. Less reasons to be stressful. There's a song. Reasons to be cheerful. Reasons to be stressful. Okay. So I paid a little extra for this insurance. That means that the risk is shifted from me to someone else. I.e. the rental company. The car rental company. Meaning, if something goes wrong, I have got a backup. I have got a contingency. I have got something just in case. Something to do, or in this case, someone to ring, and they will sort it for me. The paperwork, the logistics, whatever else. But certainly, someone to get a refund, a reimbursement from. Now, what does that mean? That means that they deal with the risk, ultimately. They deal with the problem. How can you put a price on peace of mind and calm? Well, there we are. By having insurance, protection, contingency. That's the idea. So, that insurance meant that they deal with it ultimately. Because now, a few years ago, when I first came across this little interesting thing with the car dealership, ironically, when I came to Belfast the first time, because I'm not too far from Belfast now, I'm just in the mountains south of Belfast. The car dealership asked me, do you want to put like a ring fence on your credit card, and anything happens from that money is the excess? I was like, okay, or pay a little extra, or pay something per day, and then whatever happens, they deal with it, the car rental company. And I was like, okay, what are they trying to sell here? Just think, what solution are they what problem are they providing a solution for? Just thinking. And I realised that they're taking on the risk. They're mitigating risk from me to them in terms of if something happens, they deal with it. Perfect. So I was like, okay, so what I'm ultimately paying for, I'm paying for insurance because there's different kinds of products. There's a physical product, like an emotional product, and an augmented product. So the physical product in this case was a car. Nice. The emotional product is liberty. I can go where I want, when I want, anytime. Perfect. But the augmented product is paperwork, insurance. So in this case, if something happens, I don't worry about it at all. Which is interesting because I remember when I rented that car, I dented the chassis a little bit. And someone was saying, oh, it's gonna be expensive, whatever else to repair. And I'm thinking, well, thankfully, I got that extra insurance, so I don't really have to care about this problem. So peace of mind. And back then it was technically 90 euros, but still, it was 90 odd pounds, 100 pounds, whatever. So there we are, 100 pounds for peace of mind, 90 euros, peace of mind, perfect. Or 80 or whatever, 76 pounds for peace of mind, priceless. So then I was also thinking with the dent, first of all, I ain't got to worry about this. But also secondly, practically speaking, a little off topic, practically, if a car dealership, every time they got the car back with a scratch or a dent here or there, they'd have no cars on the fleet. They'd all be in the repair shop being repaired. See what I mean? So it's impractical. They're not going to care. Unless it's like an MOT failure worthy of a problem, they're not going to care. Oh, a scratch here and there. Oh, it got a scuffed here and there. First of all, again, they're not going to care. And second, you got the insurance. So if there's a problem, you paid for it. Now, you could say now, if you pay this much insurance and the problem is that much in the end, then you overpaid. Yes, that's true. Practically speaking, if a problem happens to the car and it costs £10 to repair, but the insurance you paid for peace of mind was say £100, then you overpaid by 90. Yes, you did. But that's not the point. The point is the risk. If something happens, the unknown, if something happens, because the future is uncertain, ooh, that's what fortune tellers are all about. If something happens, because we don't know, you never know who you might bump into on the road, pardon the pun, you never know. So you never know. If something does happen, that's the scariest word in the English language, if. if something happens, you got this phone number here to ring. They can sort it. They sort it. It's mitigation, risk mitigation. They deal with it. So you could say then, to what extent is it worth peace of mind? Oh, you know, that to get that piece. I got a problem. Well, I have to sort it out physically, right here, right now. But they pay for it. They refund me. It's their problem. It's their car. It's all the paperwork. They agreed. Fair enough. So what that means is I have peace of mind. I have less things to worry about. Ooh, nice. I like that. So a similar thing. I also go for a year's worth of travel insurance. That way, okay, this is an interesting thing. Value is what you pay. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. So I paid, let's say £50 for a year's worth of travel insurance. That means that I don't have to worry about getting it again. Just 1 year, 12 months, and then done. I can go wherever I want, to many places, within reason, within the terms, whatever else, and have a nice time. Perfect. I ain't got to worry about renewing it or buying another one because it lasts 1 year. That's a nice amount of time. Perfect. Again, you're paying for insurance, like practically speaking. That's the product. But what you're paying for emotionally is peace of mind. That's what I realised when I went to Belfast. When I first got their insurance in November 2022, I realised that, hang on, I'm paying for reassurance. And they also, mathematically speaking, they understand they're happy to take on that risk, the extra risk, because they understand, let's say 9 out of 10 times, nothing happens with the car, with the driver, nothing happens. It comes back, maybe a scuff, whatever, who cares? Natural wear and tear, who cares? Nothing happens. So that means that they are not losing money, but leaving money on the table by not offering extra insurance. Because if they understand, and 9 out of 10 times nothing happens, so they're willing to say, right, well, I'll tell you what, guys, we'll insure you. The vast majority of times nothing happens, but if something does happen, that once in 1,000th time, we got you covered. All the other times, all those 8 out of 9 times, they make money on that. And it's just profit, because it's just paperwork. And paperwork is just what? Signatures, dates, signing, documents, notarized, the rest. Straightforward, just paperwork. And most of it now is PDF, so, whatever. So, it's just mitigating risk, moving money around, signatures and agreements, contracts, that's all it is. In some abstract way, you could even say that the insurance is like going long. It's like going short on your performance, to say if this goes wrong, you've got a stop loss or something to that effect. I mix some analogies now, but that's just a financial way of looking at it. But nonetheless, they understand that vast majority of time nothing happens, so they're more than willing to take on as many people or as much risk to get the cash, because they know that chances are they don't pay out. Fair enough. Okay, I'm happy because I have peace of mind. How can you put a price tag on peace of mind? Well, you tell me. I got a way, but it's a little abstract, and they're happy to take on because they know mathematically, the chances are
total distance 9.0 kilometers.
9 kilometers, nice. They know mathematically that nothing's going to happen, so they'll take. The chances are nothing's going to happen most of the time. They might say through maths again, statistically speaking, that once a week something minor will happen. Here we are, the Morns. Once a month something big will happen. Once a year something fatal will happen. So the vast majority of times they're willing to take on that risk. Perfect. And then they offered me an upsell. Now, of course, they're going to ask for the big thing first, the expensive stuff. You paid £100. Are you willing to pay an extra £10? An extra tenner. An extra £10. Like, yeah, of course. If you're willing to pay 100, of course you're happy to spend tenner. That's the idea, straight away. Okay. And then they said, right, we will prepay your fuel for you. Well, you can prepay for the fuel, so you ain't going to bother returning it with a full tank. Just return it with whatever fuel left, or whatever you've got. So I paid. I thought again, what solution are they providing here? Oh well, again, it's peace of mind. I haven't got to bother with the fuel. I haven't got to bother with returning it full tank, empty, whatever. So they said, right, £50, one-off fee, and you can return it with any amount of fuel in the car. Perfect. So again, peace of mind. Again, also you can say it's time as well. That's the emotional, the abstract thing. I ain't gonna bother the hassle, the headache of refueling the car. Meaning, pay us this. because they know that they can get fuel cheaper than wholesale, cheaper than retail. They get it at wholesale, cheaper than retail at the pump. Meaning that pay us £40, because you have to fill the car up anyway. It is who's going to get that 40? The pump, the oil company, or the car rental company. Give us the £40. We have got fuel at wholesale. We'll fill it up. You ain't got to worry about it. Just return the car, no problems. Perfect. That was the problem that they tried to resolve. Because again, businesses, they have all kinds of mathematicians and statisticians and quant analyzers behind the scenes. They understand all kinds of little amazing things that they can do to solve problems for people. That's what they're doing ultimately. Businesses solve problems for people. They add value to people, their customers, society, whatever else. Yes. Try not to be so cynical that they're trying to hook you, trying to scam you out of something. Scammers exist, don't get me wrong, but they're trying to solve a problem. They're trying to help you in some way. The petrol, what's the solution? It's not the fuel per se, it's the time and the hassle. I ain't gonna bother with it. The insurance is the mitigation, it's the contingency. If something happens, they deal with it. They deal with the repairs, they sort it out. They have the hassle, I don't. We signed a contract, done, move on in life. That's peace of mind. Now, you could say, how could you put a price tag on peace of mind? How would you do that? So it's simple. Let's say, how much would you pay to never go hungry again? How much would you pay? Okay, would you pay £10 to never go hungry again? Okay, what about £100? Okay, £1,000? Okay, 10,000 maybe, 100,000? Yeah, £1 million? Yeah, 10 million? Oh, ooh, okay, 20 million? Ooh, okay, maybe 100 million? Okay, maybe, 500 million pounds? £1 billion? Would you pay £1 billion to never go hungry again? Well, yes, no, maybe, yeah? Because then you've got to look at the things like, well, how much money are you going to spend on food for the rest of your life on an average daily basis for the next 80, 70, 90, 100 years? And that could be, say, let's call it £1 million. So if you pay anything more than £1 million, you're overpaying. If you pay anything less than £1 million, it's a bargain. See what I mean? There's that kind of abstract way of looking at it. But that's very subjective, because it's simple. Just throw out numbers and say, are you happy to pay this for that? So simple. Am I happy to pay £100 for that kind of insurance with the car dealership? Yeah, 100. Yeah. Okay. What, 200? I don't know. 300. 50 quid. Yes. £10. Yes, let's take it. Same with the fuel. What, 100? Oh, no, I don't know. £50? Yeah. Again, this is actually what's called price in economics. This is called price elasticity. Yes, price elasticity, how the price changes and it reflects on demand. Not supply and demand, because different products will have different price points where the critical mass of people will buy stuff. This is why we have sales and discounts, because they understand if they reduce the prices by 10, 20, 30%, say 50% price reduction, they'll get more than 50% or times 2 or 100% of sales or in volume. So they might make more money. Interestingly, when you think about it, follow the maths, some people would make more money by having a discount, occasional discount, than they would throughout the year. The sporadic discount more than throughout the year. So some interesting maths behind that. So it really depends. So how can you put a price tag on peace of mind? All kinds of ways. But otherwise, how cool is that? You will see me tomorrow.